Okay, we're back.
Yes, we are back to doing part 2 of the trial. You guys saw part 1 in the last video, and we're doing part 2. It's said to be continued, so let's go.
Yay.
You sounded very, very interested and enthusiastic when you said that. Yay.
Director Cosmos, a new possibility has been presented by the defense. They are claiming that you were this third person. Oh, forgive me. I'm so sorry.
So the great pioneer space development is revealed to be just another fabulous girl. I only have one question for the right. Should I send you out quickly or very quickly? The evidence doesn't lie, Director Cosmos, so don't try to talk your way out of this.
Fine. I'll tell you the truth, as long as you say, Mr. Wright. As long as you say, Mr. Wright. It's true. I was in the boarding lounge. I got there before Detective Arm, and when she arrived, she fired warning shots at me. I was afraid people would mistake me for the killer, so I escaped to the control room. I then went past the elevators and all the way around the boarding lounge once again. I came up behind Detective Arm and pretended to be the second on the scene.
What a troublesome old man you are. With such convoluted deeds and thoughts.
I see. So then, are you still insinuating that you did not kill the victim? Of course I am. When I arrived at the lounge alone, I saw the true killer. The great Yuri Cosmos has a history-making witness.
Hold it! Now hold on just one moment. We just proved a few minutes ago that the third person that Mr. Starbuck and Miss Blackwell saw was you.
No, it wasn't me! I saw that person as well!
Liar.
If I were the killer, why would I lie to cover for Starbuck? I would just leave him and take the fall.
That is an excellent point.
All I wanted to do was to protect Starbuck. I said I was in the control room to invent an escape route for the third person.
Well, it makes some sense if he told those lies to cover for Mr. Starbuck.
Still, a lie's a lie, Athena.
So Director Cosmos claims he's not that culprit, but where's the proof?
I just remembered. I have an alibi. Miss Blackwell said she saw the killer at 10 a.m., correct?
Yes, and?
I was on the 4th floor helping with the evacuation effort. Ask any member of the staff you'd like. They'll cooperate me. Cooperate me.
The director is not fibbing to the court for once. I confirmed that he had an alibi for the time specified. So, you're claiming that Miss Blackwell saw the killer commit the crime first at 10 a.m. That you arrived at the lounge after that?
Yes, and I believe the person I saw is some person that Miss Blackwell saw. Although, it was pitch black, so I was more of a shadowy figure and less of a person. And I couldn't actually see their face, but it was definitely the silhouette of an Earthling.
long as he has an alibi. We can't very well claim Director Cosmos was the killer.
No, we can't. Then again, maybe we don't need to yet. What if he was really covered from Starbucks? Your Honor, the defense needs to have the director testify about the person he saw.
Very well, Director. Oh. Very well, Director Cosmos, your testimony, please.
I used the wrong one.
Come on. What I really witnessed.
One second. Okay.
As I tried to enter the lounge, the true killer inside fired a gun at me. I hid to avoid getting shot. But when I tried to get another look, they vanished into thin air. I was near the elevator side door, and the launch had one door. And the control room door should have been shut tight to the killer.
Quite a long testimony. So you were shot at by the killer as well, and then they disappeared?
Yes, though luckily no harm came to my glorious body.
Sorry.
That's fine.
Unfortunately, the bullet hit Tenma's oxygen tank. Terran's oxygen tank.
Why did I just say Tenma as in Tenma Taro again?
I know, because I heard a pang. That must have been the sound of the tank being ruptured.
Pang?
Wait, but I thought the bullet hit his metal.
That was such an orange bullet, remember?
Oh, right. What a mess this is turning into. So let's see. Director Cosmos is claiming that when he found Mr. Terran and his killer, the culprit shot a 10 caliber bullet at him.
Right, but it actually hit Mr. Terran's oxygen tank and ruptured it.
And then the killer disappeared and the director went into the boarding lounge. When Detective R caught up and fired those warning shots at him, judging by his metal, it looks like one of them almost took him out too.
Good summary, but that doesn't explain where our mystery killer went. Dr. Cosmos, I was wondering if you could elaborate on when the figure disappeared.
I'm ashamed to admit I tried to hide myself when I was shot at, but... when I peeked back into the lounge, the real killer was... gone. I rushed into the lounge straight away to investigate. But what I found was... but what I found was Terran with a knife in his chest, and Starbuck out cold on the floor. So we have a culprit who vanished from a scene that had no escape route. Vanished without a trace. It's truly like one of the great mysteries of the cosmos.
Silence! Silence! A riddle of the ages indeed, but I'd rather know how if they've been leech such as you can be not enough great.
A great man is always misunderstood by his own time. But he must remain true to himself, even if those around him don't understand.
Wow, that might be the first true statement he's said all day. But how do you suppose this person managed to vanish so suddenly? Simple, because it was Spaceball himself. When he was spotted by the director and Aura, he quickly feigned unconsciousness. That would certainly take all the mystery out of the idea of a vanishing culprit. I want to read an objection, but I don't have any counter evidence. Director Cosmos, when you saw this person, did you also see Mr. Starbuck on the floor?
No, because it was dark as a black hole in there. I didn't see Starbuck until the other person vanished and I entered the room.
That wasn't exactly helpful. I'm prepared to accept your surrender, right, don't I? I can't find any holes in this testimony, but I can't give up.
Mr. Wright, why don't you let me help?
Huh?
While the director was giving his testimony, I detected a
Cacophony?
cacophony of discord.
It's me he's hiding his true feeling from us, huh? This might help us find out what happened to our vanished killer. That'd be great, Athena. Let's see what you can do with him.
You got it, boss. I won't want to miss this chance to delve into a great mind.
I don't know these words.
Me neither.
Yuri Cosmo, prepare to hand over the secrets of your heart to me.
I tried to enter the lounge. The true killer inside of fired a gun at me, jeez.
Anger, fear, and... Wait, anger?
Anger, sadness, and surprise.
Anger?
The true killer inside fired a gun at me. Well, I mean, I guess I'll be okay if you're angry at that. I had to avoid getting shot. And I tried to get that up. Look, they had vanished into thin air.
Nothing?
I was near the elevator side door. Now the launch pad one door. And why were you sad? Well, let's see what the last one is. And the control room door should have been shut tight to the killer. Half of these statements have no emotions at all. Except this one.
Maybe that's the weird one?
Should we try it?
Sure.
Alright.
Okay, what happens when we get this... Oh. What happens when we get this wrong?
I have no idea. I mean, I don't know if we'll get penalized or anything like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you seem to be afraid of the launchpad door.
The great Yuri Cosmos? Afraid? And what basis do you have for that outlandish accusation?
Whether I have any basis or not, you seem quite distressed by it.
I'm most certainly not,
Director Cosmos. Something about the launchpad door you're not telling us, isn't there?
Wow, he's speechless. Looks like you hit the nail on the head, boss. It's working, boss. One more punch and it'll be a knockout. There seems to be one more motion that's at odds with his testimony. Go get him.
Okay, back in the Matrix it is. Time to pinpoint our way to victory. Not our unexpected emotion, though. Try to enter the lounge, yeah. True killer, I fired a gun at me. Hit to avoid getting shot. When I tried to get another look, they had advantage to thin air. Near the elevator side door. On launchpad one door. Nothing really got any update. the hint vanishes thin air. I don't know, from like all these statements and these two, this one had like no emotions at all after that.
Yeah.
When I tried to get another look, the hint vanishes in thin air.
Wouldn't you be surprised if that was the case?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surprised?
Like, I would feel surprised, but he's showing no emotion.
So surprised? So we try to surprise emotion then?
Yeah.
Alright, let's see.
Might be wrong, but let's see.
You must have thought it was very strange that the killer vanished into thin air.
I did. That kind of thing doesn't happen usually.
And yet, at that time, you barely registered any shock at the occurrence.
What? What are you... Ugh.
I can only think of one reason as to why you weren't surprised by the killer's vanishing act. You must have had a good idea where they went. Inside, isn't that right?
What? No, of course not. That's preposterous. Only I can enter the control room. And the area beyond the launch pad door was filled with smoke, making it impossible. And as for the southern door... I was standing right there. So there was nowhere for the killer to run to.
Maybe or maybe not. You went into the room to check on Mr. Starbuck and Mr. Terran, yes? Well, the culprit took the opportunity to silently slip out through the southern door.
I highly doubt it. As you recall, right after I entered the lounge... Detective Arm came rushing towards it herself via the southern hallway. Anyone trying to escape through there would be caught by her.
And yet the director was surprised the killer vanished. So you're absolutely sure there was no escape route for the culprit to use?
I'll just input those pieces of data and... Yes, just what I wanted to see. Presto change! Let's Discord! It looks like we're on the right track.
Thanks, Athena. And it makes sense of what we learned. Director Conway was surprised that this culprit suddenly vanished into the lounge, which points to the possibility that he knew where the killer had escaped to. Furthermore, talking about the door to the launchpad made him uneasy. In other words, he's probably hiding something about the launchpad 1 door. When we put these two pieces of evidence, together, only one solution to this puzzle comes to mind. But Cosmo, did the real killer escape through here? Well, I can't assume the control room or down here, so I assume in launchpad 1 corridor?
I would assume so.
I'll just try and see what happens. Take that! Culprit went through the launchpad 1 door to escape, didn't they?
Yes, I mean, no. Disaster in the Star Wars! We're going to crash into the asteroid!
God. A master tactician, you are not?
The area beyond the door was filled with smoke, wasn't it?
True, but this is still the only logical answer there is. If we can just figure out what the director is hiding about the launchpad 1 door, we should be able to iron out the logical inconsistencies.
But that door requires fingerprint recognition. Only Starbuck, Terran, and I have access to this. I don't see how the killer could have opened that security lock, do you?
They're both unconscious.
Duh! The only explanation is that you're the killer.
I mean, another thing is that they were both unconscious, so the true killer might have used them. Unless it actually is him, then he wouldn't need it. He wouldn't need them because they said they had access to him as well. Nope. That's an easy one. The killer was right there in the boarding log meeting. There's a way he could have easily gone past that security log. Come to think of it, we did examine the prints on the fingerprint recognition device. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I propose that the killer use his person's fingerprint to get past the security log. In the investigation, they said the prints were found by Mr. Starbuck, so I guess it could be they used Mr. Starbuck. So yeah. Take that!
Nuts!
Mr. Starbuck was lying unconscious there in the boarding lounge. Anybody could have easily gone past the security lock by using Mr. Starbuck's prints. And actually, Mr. Starbuck's prints are exactly what we found on the device screen. Looks like he does have something to hide about Launchpad 1 door. And I'm betting it's got something to do with the culprit's escape route. But I don't have enough information to see the whole picture yet. Alright.
You know, something just occurred to me. Would you like to hear it?
Huh? Oh, yes, by all means.
There's a camera in boarding lounge 1.
Right, the one that recorded the victim and the defendant. What about it, Your Honor?
If the true culprit escaped into Launchpad 1 corridor, then that might be recorded on the security footage as well. Then, the mystery would be solved. What do you think of my logic?
I mean, it's a good assertion, but the problem is the security camera already got cut off.
Yeah.
I hope you didn't strain your faculties too much for that, your boldness.
I beg your pardon?
Look, if we play security footage beyond this point...
Oh my! The footage cuts off!
The camera was running on backup power, but apparently the power cables were damaged. Most likely by the after effect of the explosion. There was no footage after this, be it of criminal or space aliens.
And I thought it was such a good idea, too.
I mean, it was, until the camera got cut off. Just because your grandchild is watching from the gallery, it doesn't mean you should try to show off too much, Grandpa Boundness.
Prosecutor Blackwell, how did you know about my grandchild?
I think his grandchild just learned a little about the harshness of the adult world.
Setting aside the issue of grandchildren, I'd like to have the witness continue. Director Convo, can you tell us more about when you entered the lounge?
If I must.
Hid to avoid getting shot. After the killer vanished, I went to the lounge. This is new testimony. That's when I took the appear from the elevator side.
Wait, that's new? Sorry.
Yeah.
I actually can't read the whole thing because the white text is against the door, so...
Yeah, but that's when Detective Arm appeared from the elevator's side door. Then the detective shot at me. So you see, the killer could have only escaped to the launch pad, right? Hold on. That's when Detective Arm appeared from the elevator side door. The detective shot me. His surprising emotion got down after that. Like in this previous one, it got big, as you can see. Then it got down from here. It went very small.
If he was shot at, shouldn't he be more shocked?
Yeah.
I think it's that one.
Yeah, I guess we'll try this surprise. Got it! Director Cosmos, why were you so surprised when Detective Arm found you, and again when she fired? Isn't that a bit unnatural?
Sadly, even great men such as myself have an ordinary human feelings. Our bodies are bound by the forces of gravity and emotions. Even a great man such as myself experiences surprise and occasion. Pardon me.
Yes, I'm sure you do. But my real point is not the fact that you were surprised, but rather what you were surprised about, or surprised by.
Pardon me?
First, you were surprised when Detective Arm found you in the lounge. And just after that, you were, of course, again surprised when she shot at you. But considering what you were surprised about, a strange phenomenon occurs here. Director Cosmos, what is strange about your surprise reaction is the fact that you were surprised twice, not surprised by something else, more surprised when Arm came.
More surprised when...
Sorry. More surprised when Arm came.
Okay. More surprised when Arm came. Sure, you were surprised when Detective Arm shot at you, but the surprise you felt when she found you in the lounge was much greater. The fact that you were more surprised by simply being found than by being shot at suggests to me that you were conflicted about whatever it was you were doing there.
The enemy has acquired a new weapon. Commence operation. I'll hide under your desk.
What kind of operation is that?
I knew he was gonna do that.
Please tell me I finally sunk his battleship.
Let's discard now. That must mean he really is hiding something about that launch pad door.
Whatever he's hiding most likely has something to do with the killer's escape.
I wonder what it could be.
If he was doing something suspicious around that door, maybe we can spot some change between before he came to the room and after.
There's a photo right here. There's a photo taken after this crime. Let's run a comparison. Let's see. This is footage of the door before Director Cosmos arrived. And this is how the door locked after the director entered the lounge.
Hey, look at that. There is a change. Something definitely different. Director Cosmos.
What is it? What have you two been up to over there?
Finding the answer to what you were doing when the tail arm found you. And that answer lies clearly in this footage. All you have to do is compare it to the photo that was taken during the investigation.
Don't be ridiculous! If you really do have an answer, you would have pointed it out already.
He's asking me. This is what changed directly after the incident.
Excuse me. What is different?
When I looked at that image, the door, the fingerprint recognition, you know, the knob, the thing on the left. Oh wait. The knob is facing sideways, but before it was facing upward.
Where's the knob?
All the way here at the left.
Wait, let me see it.
It's hard to see it because it's kind of dark, but look, it's kind of facing sideways.
Yeah, I can see it. And wait, on the other one, was it facing the other way?
Yeah. Well, on the other one, it was facing upward, like up and down. But now it's turned. It looks like this one's turned. So I guess it could be this knob. I'll try it. Take that! The answer is this knob. Just... Your Honor, please take a look at this footage.
What, of him spinning?
Let's see!
See, look at the knob next to the launch pad door. As you can see, it's horizontal. What?
I'm just imagining. Take a look at this footage. Let's see. The footage is just him spinning again.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
However, when we investigated the scene of the crime yesterday, the knob was vertical.
And what does that mean?
It means that sometime between before the director arrived and after, someone turned this knob. After the scene was discovered, you were the only one who could have turned the knob. Come on now, Director Cosmo. Let's hear what you have to say. What were you trying to do by turning that knob by the door?
Fine, I'll admit it. You're right, I did turn the knob. That knob is a safety lack I meant to keep the launch pad in place. I was afraid there would be more explosions.
You sound like you knew there were going to be explosions.
Of course, because you're the one who did it.
So I wanted to move the launch pad away.
You wanted to do what?
Hey, didn't Lance tell us something about how they prepared for launch? He said that once the launch pad's fully assembled, it's moved to the launch site. But the safety rack in the boarding lounge has to be disengaged first.
I guess that clears up what that knob is for.
Oh, so if the killer escaped into the launch pad 1 corridor, maybe they were transported along with the launch pad to the launch site?
I don't think so. The launch pad 1 corridor was filled with smoke. I don't think they could have escaped through that corridor.
So then where did the killer escape to?
I guess there are still some things we have to uncover. Director Cosmos, I request that you tell us about moving the launch pad in more detail.
Fine, but listen carefully. We're about to give history-making testimony.
Still here?
I had no choice but to disengage the safety lock.
You're both happy and sad.
Why is he happy?
That feels. We'll just see what the other one's first, and then maybe we'll try that first.
I fear there might be more explosions. So I had to cut the launch pad loose.
Oh god.
Sure, the only escape was the launch pad. Surely the only way to escape was through the launch pad.
Actually, it says surely the only escape the killer had was through launch pad 1.
Surely the only escape the killer had was through launch pad 1.
Sorry, I can't read it. That's white against white.
That area was a sea of smoke.
But that area was a sea of smoke.
Found it. No.
Confound it! Yeah, confound it!
Where on earth could they have gone?
Where on earth could they have gone?
There we go.
Okay, well. That area was a sea of smoke. Surely we can't find this good launch pad 1. I don't know, the very first one with a happy emotion, just seems like the only one. Should I just try this?
Yeah, the happy one.
Alright. Got it! I had no choice but to disengage the safety lock. You make it sound like you were reluctant to do so. And yet, when you did it, you felt some joy as if you were very pleased with yourself.
How did you do it? How did you know everything as if you were there?
Pretty impressive, isn't it? This is the power of analytical psychology.
So, care to explain why you felt joy when you disengaged the safety lock? When I think back on the facts we discovered up to this point, I have to believe that you were trying to fulfill some hidden agenda.
How do you know about that too?
How many times does he spin around? Jeez. Because I'm more or less a pro at guessing.
But if you have no proof that I made a hidden agenda... And even if I did, I would never ever tell you, so there!
I know they say people regress as they grow older, but you, sir, take the cake.
And how could you tell a man with such great intensity, intelligence, and integrity?
Silence! Silence! You, a man of integrity, don't make me laugh. Prosecutor Blackwell? What came over him all of a sudden? You spotted nothing but falsities since you stepped up to the stand. You're not the kind of man that will be glorified in the annals of history. Not for greatness, anyway. Unless you consider the greatest of a bar-faced liar an honor. His words by harder than his blade. You moved Launchpad 1 after the explosion. My, how naive you are. You fail to realize how even the facts themselves have betrayed you. You know, just a thought, but modern English can be your friend. And And here's a thought for you. Immediately following the bombing, Launchpad 1 was on the boarding lounge on one side. The police confirmed this on scene. What?
So that means the director didn't move the launch pad?
Trust my judgment for calling history's greatest liar to the witness stand. Let us leave him to indulge in his lies and war games to his cards content.
Objection!
Liar!
Objection! But doesn't make sense. You can't deny that someone turned the knob. And once the safety lock was released, I'm sure the pad must have went somewhere. If we chase down the truth of this issue, we just might find where the killer escaped to. Ah! You're sure it must have went somewhere? We just might find out. No arguments are nothing but conjecture, bluffing, and wishful thinking. Stop chasing your fantasies and see reality for what it really is. Or are you not man enough to, boy? Ah!
Talk about taking below the belt.
Youngins these days. I don't understand it. I'm sure Director Capcom must have moved the launch pad. The knob was definitely turned after he came to the lounge. The launch pad is right where it's supposed to be. Wait a minute, maybe I have it all backwards. Let the director turn the knob not to move the launch pad away, but to bring it back to where it was supposed to be. What are you blustering about? What if the launch pad was at the lounge site before the incident? And then after the incident, Director Capcom moved it back to its unusual spot? All you have to do was turn the knob to call the launch pad back. And it would be right where the police found it. Ah! Just cut my hair.
What? Did he?
It sounded like Bean's hair going off.
You made him sigh like Mr. Starbuck.
Was what I said really that off base? It paid me to help explain how wrong your own logic is to you. However, our great liar turned the knob only after he discovered the crime scene. Indeed, the pad existed beyond the lounge when Astro Wonders made their escape. A fact that has been recorded for posterity on filmless film. Oh, right. So to reiterate, stop chasing your fantasies and see reality what it really is, boy. Ah!
Get a grip, Mr. Wright, and focus! We know the launch pad must have been moved!
Our deductions and the actual facts of the case are in direct contradiction to each other.
Well, maybe the two astronauts never actually boarded the rocket. This footage could be fake, taken with the body doubles after the incident or something. On second thought, that's too far-fetched even for me.
Never actually boarded the rocket? Hey, wait a minute. Maybe, just maybe. Prosecutor Blackwell, what if I told you that the two astronauts never set foot inside the launch pad area, but instead went to another place? And what if when the director moved launch pad 1 back, it was not from the launch site, but from another place? What would you say then? Cut the existence of bull or I'll cut you.
Mr. Wright, you will explain yourself at once.
I know I'm right. It was all the other way around from the beginning. Very well, Your Honor, let me explain. Director Capcom's reason for moving Launchpad 1 was to hide it, to switch it with another place, to trap the true killer. To switch it with another place?
Maybe.
I guess we'll try it. Because he wants to switch it with some other place.
I'm sorry, but did you say switch it? But what could he possibly have switched the launchpad with?
Oh, you'd be surprised, Your Honor. All it takes is a little thinking outside the box, and the answer becomes clear as day. This is what was switched with the Launchpad 1. The Space Museum. I mean, possibly.
I mean, the Launchpad 1, the Space Museum, I think they could actually be flipped around, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I guess they could be flipped around, so yeah.
As they're on like a track thing.
Yeah, they're both, yeah. So, Space Museum?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, take that! Launchpad 1 was switched with the Space Museum. In the past, the Space Museum used to be Launchpad 2. It has all the same features as Launchpad 1, and it can even be moved to the launch site. Meaning the Space Museum and Launchpad 1 can also be switched with each other.
You can't mean...
The rocket the astronauts boarded was not the one in Launchpad 1. It was the one in the Space Museum.
What?
Balderdash! And yet, it's the only explanation that accounts for every riddle and inconsistency. This is how the Space Center was just before the incident.
I've seen Launchpad 1 in the Space Museum. I've already switched places.
That's right, and with the two switched like this, the astronauts entered the Space Museum from boarding Lounge 1. This allowed the True Killer to enter Launchpad 1 from boarding Lounge 2, and set the bomb on the rocket.
Come to think of it, the door to the Space Museum from boarding Lounge 2...
Welcome!
Honko's actually a female robot.
Welcome! The Space Museum is open to the public every day of the year from 9 AM to 7 PM.
Exactly, anyone could pass through the door to the Space Museum. There is no fingerprint recognition system on that door. In other words, with the two launch pads switched like that, someone other than Mr. Starbuck could have easily planted that bomb. Rah! After setting the bomb on the rocket, the Cobra snuck into boarding lounge 1 and waited there, concealed, in order to kill Mr. Terran where the two astronauts emerged from the Space Museum. Recall that Miss Blackwell, Mrs. Starbuck, and the director all saw a suspicious figure, who we can suppose after killing Mr. Terran made their escape into the Space Museum. After that, Director Kama switched the launch pad back, without realizing the killer was inside the Space Museum. Spinning around like him. The killer then left the Space Museum and made a clean getaway.
You were saying?
Right, don't know. I see you know how to handle a sword and handle it well. Perhaps I should call your Swordmaster Bluff. Call you Swordmaster Bluff. I'm a seasoned warrior who has cut down many a prosecutor. Silence! But unless you can prove your theory, it's no better than a rusty sword.
That's right! You have no proof I switching launch pads!
Somebody needs a better anger management counselor.
If the launch pads really were switched, there might be a record of it somewhere.
At this point, Launchpad 1 and the Space Museum were switched with each other.
So the corridor beyond the door should be the one that belongs to the Space Museum. Let's see. This is an image of the Launchpad 1 corridor. Do you see anything different when we compare it to the security footage?
Huh? That number on the floor. It says 1. Oh, what do you know? Looks like we have proof after all, Prosecutor Blackwell. And if this is just another bluff. Oh, don't worry. It's all right here. Grind this footage. Prove that beyond this door is the corridor to the Space Museum.
Very well then. Answer this for me if you would. What in this footage proves the corridor belongs to the Space Museum?
Wait. You can kind of see it, but the floor in the one was Launchpad 1, right? Or 1. You can barely see it, but there is like a little tube back there.
Oh.
So I guess it's right there. The tube. Okay. Take that! There's a 1 on the floor of the Launchpad 1 corridor. But take a look at the floor of the corridor in the security footage. Do you see the number on the floor behind the astronauts? Doesn't look like a 1, does it? That's because what you see is actually part of a 2. What? Why is it a 2 and not a 1? That's because the corridor you see is the one in the Space Museum. Ah!
And so that means the corridor in this footage was not filled with smoke.
That's right, because the explosion didn't occur in the Space Museum. The explosion occurred in Launchpad 1, on the side opposite the Space Museum. And now that we know the 2 astronauts escaped from the Space Museum, the mystery from the previous trial, how they got down the ladder, is cleared up. Vegetarian carrying Mr. Starbuck simply took the elevator from the upper level down to the middle level.
Just incredible! The 2 launch pads were actually switched! But you'd think someone who would have noticed the event of this magnitude.
Everyone was down the basement shelter when the launch pads were swapped back. There's no way anyone could have known what was happening on the surface. No more lies, Director Cosmos. It's high time. You told us the truth.
Echo for that?
Your Honor, my glory, everything is slipping away. Time to deploy my ultimate weapon. Directed engine, ignition. What? It's not Stop! My stars are back there!
What the?
No, I'm not waiting!
You're going the wrong way!
Bailiff! On your stand and after that witness!
What the hell happened?
I see we managed to retrieve you before you came into any badly harm.
Director Cosmos, do you admit you switched the launch pads?
I admit it's true. I switched Launchpad 1 for the Space Museum. Ah, it is good to hear the words I can believe for a change.
Before you do, Your Honor, two things. First, we don't know if Mr. Tarrant had prior knowledge of the switch. As for Mr. Starbuck, he was unaware of his surroundings thanks to this medication. Either way, Mr. Tarrant would have realized the instant he stepped into the Space Museum that it had been switched with Launchpad 1. So my first question is, the Space Museum was perfectly fine. Why did Mr. Tarrant feel the need to put on such a dramatic display? As for my second question, I'd like Director Combo to tell us why he switched to Launchpad to begin with.
Please, I can't. I exercise my right to remain silent. But I will say, my hands were tied. I was only doing what I could keep my men from getting caught in that blast.
Director is terrified. He must have one heck of a reason for not wanting to explain why.
Probably a good time to try to pry it out on him.
Excuse me, would you mind if I picked up my stars? Without my badge of rank, I'm nothing. I don't see why not. Bailiff, please help the director retrieve its stars.
Okay.
It appears the possibility of a culprit other than the defendant has presented itself. Mr. Starbuck, is there anything you wish to say?
I don't get it.
Don't get it? What don't you get?
Director, why did you do all that? From the very beginning, you never meant for the monk to go ahead, do you? You tricked us. Mrs. Starbuck.
Starbuck, my boy, I'm sorry. I can't tell you the reason why. But I had to do it to protect the Space Center.
Director, will I ever get the chance to go into space again?
Yes. Yes, of course. I won't rest until it happens. I will get you into space again, my boy.
Then the dream is still alive.
Silence!
Silence. You're not going to space, Starbuck. But prison, I won't have it any other way. Why are you so hung up on him? Yes, I accept that the launchpads really were switched. And if there were a third person at the scene, I suppose they could have escaped. But I have yet to see proof of this third person escape via the Space Museum.
Oh, that's a good point.
He's right. I don't have any proof. Starbuck, you will spill everything you know. What? Me? Where did you go with those bombs? Where'd you get those bombs? Tell me now. If you don't, my place shall feast on your blood. I'm going to die. I want to die in space. I have to do something. Hold the Starbuck. Prepare yourself.
Shock? That's Fulbright, 100%.
Now you know violence isn't the answer, Prosecutor Blackwell. That annoying, cheerful laugh could be none other than... Yeah. Champion of Righteousness, Bobby Fulbright, here. In justice we trust. Detective Fulbright? Sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Lawyer. I hope I'm not too late. I don't believe we had an appointment. I tried to hurry, but I ended up helping a little old lady cross the street. Then I had to break up a cat fight. I'll tell you, just as sure as a full-time job. Is it a fight between cats or... Why are you here again? Because the defendant isn't the culprit, and I came to make sure that justice is served. I don't have any idea what you're talking about. Fulbright, I always thought you were a bit touched in the head. But have you finally succumbed? No, but it looks like you succumbed to this phantom of yours. Open your eyes and just let the evidence of justice uncloud your judgment. What evidence?
Come to think of it, he did say something about finding us some evidence.
Thank you, too. I feel a lot better now that I've been able to get that off my chest. I'm gonna work so hard to find that perfect piece of evidence for you.
I didn't think he was serious, though.
So, what is it, Detective? Is this something that will prove Mr. Starbuck innocent? It is indeed. Have a look at this.
What's this? A lighter?
That's right, a lighter thought to have been used by the culprit, no less. Space Museum cleaning robot picked it up. It had the victim Clay Terran's blood, along with his killer fingerprints on it. What? Ah! Well?
Order! Order!
I knew he was going to say that. That's why I said it a bit before.
Detective Fulbright, can I assure you that the fingerprints don't belong to the defendant?
You bet! Mr. Starbuck is totally innocent! This is it. This is just what I needed. The lighter found on the floor of the Space Museum, the true culprit's fingerprints are on it and the victim's blood. Your Honor, this is decisive evidence that supports the defense's earlier claim.
Explain yourself, Mr. Wright.
With pleasure, Your Honor. Recall where this lighter was found. Based on that, we can extrapolate that after the killer murdered Mr. Terran, he escaped with lighter in hand into the Space Museum, where they dropped it. The switching of the two launch pads occurred. And finally, the killer left their boarding launch too and made their escape. Meanwhile, Mr. Starbuck was found boarding launch 1 after the murder. A fact that the Director Conma testified to, therefore, Mr. Starbuck couldn't have possibly been the one to drop the lighter there.
Silence!
Silence! But the defendant had free reign of the area until Director Conma appeared. Could he not have dropped the lighter in the Space Museum during the span of time?
Objection!
Objection! You'd like that to be true, wouldn't you? But Director Conmo testified that right after he saw the mysterious figure with a lighter, he went into the lodge and found the unconscious Mr. Starbuck. In other words, Mr. Starbuck wouldn't have had time to double back to the museum. No, Prosecutor Blackwell, this lighter could only have been dropped by the real killer. Most importantly, Mr. Starbuck's fingerprints were nowhere to be found on this lighter. I think you understand what this means, don't you? This piece of evidence unequivocally proves that Mr. Starbuck wasn't the culprit.
This does indeed appear to be decisive evidence that proves the defense's claim.
As for the remote switch that was found in Mr. Starbuck's pocket, you can assume it was planted by the killer on the unconscious Mr. Starbuck. Oh, there must be some mistake. Frankly, Prosecutor Blackwell, I've been worried about you. You've been chasing this phantom for 7 whole years. I understand your urgency because tomorrow...
Silence!
Silence! Fool, Wright. You promised never to speak of that. Huh? Tomorrow? What about tomorrow?
Given the body of evidence, I think it's safe to say the defendant is innocent. In light of the fact that it was impossible for him to have committed the crime. A few unanswered questions remain, so I'll look forward to seeing what you two uncover. But for now, this court finds the defendant, Solo Man Starbuck, not guilty!
So once you're not facing back.
Yes! You did it, Mr. Wright!
Looks like we pulled it off somehow. Huh? With some help from Detective Fulbright. Mr. Wright, Mr. Sykes, thank you. And please thank Apollo for me, too. You're all the best.
Ooh, I wish I could tell Apollo about Mr. Starbuck's verdict right now.
Yeah, me too. That's going to have to wait.
Now that a verdict has been reached, I'd like to bring today's trial to a close. Court is adjourned.
Oh, my back.
Court is adjourned. Ow, my back.
What?
What?
Objection!
Was that Blackwell?
That was his voice. Too late to object, isn't it? It simply is impossible. Something's wrong.
Prosecutor Blackwell, are you dissatisfied with the verdict?
Fulbright, what were the results of the fingerprint analysis for the lighter? Huh? The result? Well, I was in a hurry, you see, and then there was that cat fight, and well... I kinda got carried away when I heard the prints weren't Mr. Starbuck, so... You have yet to read it. Prosecutor Blackwell, can you read out who the print belonged to? Upon thorough analysis, the fingerprints were found to belong to Athena Sykes.
What? What?
So says the report.
What?
What? Huh? What?
Order, I say! Order! Miss Sykes, tell me you have an explanation for this. We just finished proving that this lighter could only belong to the killer. So finding your prints on it can only lead us to one grave conclusion.
I don't know how they got there, but I know I'm not the culprit!
Was Athena really there at the time of the murder? This can't be happening. We built up our argument piece by piece. I don't think any of our reasoning was faulty. It's So how could it have lead to this? Are you serious? Athena's the culprit? Ah, what have I done? Please forgive me, I'm sorry.
Order! Order! Detective Fulbright, stop your crying!
What is happening here? It's like the world's gone mad. The gallery's still talking, jeez.
Order! Order! I want order!
Confusion spiral into utter chaos. After all, we fought for the truth had turned cruelly on us to accuse Athena of the crime. Somewhere, somehow, everything has gone terribly wrong. We had stumbled over the edge of reason and into the jaws of a twisted darkness.
So was there too much chaos that the trial couldn't continue?
And that was the end. Yeah, apparently the gallery wouldn't stop talking after Athena turned about for the. Oh, what? I can't.
If Athena's the culprit, I'm gonna be pissed. Not gonna. I will. Okay. Actually, I'll say it after. What the? Oh, this is when she was young.
Something did happen when she was young, but what? The sins we've committed, and the sadness we've caused.
Did Athena slice that person?
No, it looks like Blackwell there at the left, though.
Oh.
No matter how far we run, our past remains, as ever present as the moon in the sky. I have no idea what's going on. Lose and wait for the day when we are forced to face it. But only in doing so can we truly make peace and move on in hope towards tomorrow. I'll stop there. We still have our evidence, even at episode 5.
Jeez.
So yeah, I guess episode 4 and 5 are connected. I'll just stop there.
I have no idea what just happened.
Me neither.
Can I just say, what I was gonna say is that if it turns out Athena is actually the culprit, I am gonna be downright pissed.
Yeah.
Athena might be my favorite character in this game, and now she might be turning out to be a culprit. Like, that's just BS. I'm sorry.
We'll see what happens. I'm pretty sure Phoenix will take her case.
Oh my god.
I guess we'll have to see what happens, but I feel like we're at the final episode.
Dude, do you know what would make me even more pissed?
What?
If Apollo accuses Athena.
Oh,
that
no.
would boil me.
Oh my god, if that's what Apollo meant by a different truth.
Oh my god, dude, I think we just connected the dots. He took a leave of absence because he thinks Athena has some involvement in it. And what if my theory about his eye was right? What if his bracelet reacted when Athena said something and he covered his eyes so he couldn't perceive or something?
Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. He didn't want.
God.
He probably didn't. I guess he put on an iPad because he didn't want to believe it's Athena. But since his bracelet reacted, then he probably thinks it is Athena. That's if if his bracelet did react, unless. But I guess he had a reason to put that eye patch on, so I guess it might have reacted.
Oh my god, dude. I am actually mad right now.
This Dark Age of the Law is getting more darker.
Oh my god.
Oh man. Well, I guess the next.
I've never actually been like angry playing an Ace Attorney game, but I am actually angry right now. I don't know about you, but I am a little angry right now.
Oh god, let's just see what happened. Hopefully this all gets resolved.
But I think we just figured it out. Apollo is going to accuse Athena. I would not be the slightest bit surprised if that happens.
Oh, I swear to God. We'll just see what happens, but it seems like we're at the final episode, well, excluding the special episode, which we will still do after this. But...
And hopefully in the final trial we can get one more person with us, at least. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
What I might do is next time I might screen record and see who can read blurry-ish text.
Alright.
And someone who's good at it can join us.
Alright.
If that's okay with you. Sure. Okay.
Okay, but anyway, that is all for now. That, I guess, that's what someone meant when episode 4 and 5 are connected.
Yep.
Athena, the culprit.
Blackwell's objection there actually shocked me.
Yeah.
Is I put on the celebration clap too and everything, and then all of a sudden that comes up and it's like, you know what that deserves? Do you know what that deserves?
What?
Boo! Exactly, boo!
Well, the shocking revelation is getting more and more interesting as this case gets more darker. I have no idea what happened, but we'll probably find some clues in this investigation. At least I assume it, because the screens all turned to gray. Anyway, so yeah, I guess thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for the last episode. Well, not really, but then again, last episode of the series, I guess. Episode 5 Turnabout for tomorrow, it said, I think.
Oh man, yep.
Who knows what will happen, what will everything happen. It just seems like our agency is falling apart. First Apollo, now Athena being the culprit. I don't know what to say at this point, but yeah. Stay tuned for the last episode, the first part of the last episode.
Yeah. I mean, come on. We have to prove Athena innocent. Come on, it just can't be Athena. Come on.
No,
she's too nice. Yeah, she's too nice. She's way too nice. It cannot be Athena.
Yeah, I doubt it's Athena, so we'll see what happens until then.
Alright.
Anyways, yeah. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for joining me on this. Stay tuned for episode 5, Turnabout for Tomorrow, part 1, investigation. Yeah.
Yep.
Peace out, guys.
Peace.